Right then, hello everyone and welcome to the 2021 ACOC season. Yes, we are here for what is now the fourth season fifth even. Wow, it's been 5 seasons now. But yes, we are here for the fifth season of the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship, and we will kick it off at the Bahrain International Circuit for the Formula 2 Bahrain Grand Prix. An all-new roster of young and upcoming talents ready to prove themselves for Formula 1. We've got some new and returning faces in the field, and it is sure to be another thrilling season of Formula 2. My name is Miran, your commentator, as always, and yeah, it's been quite the off-season, but we are so glad to finally be able to kick things off. Despite a few delays, we're able to get running. We've got 12 minutes of qualifying here under the floodlights of Bahrain. And as we look at Alex Luan, we'll go through the lineups in a bit as well. I will first go through the track as I always do. So the Bahrain International Circuit, located... Oh! Stream shut off for me. But, oh yeah, there we go. Sorry about that, boys. But we are back. So yeah, the Bahrain International Circuit, as I was saying, located in the region of Sakhir in Bahrain. It was opened in March of 2004, commissioned by the Bahraini royal family. It was designed by infamous track architect Herman Tilke, this being one of his earlier works, obviously. It was meant to host Formula 1, and it did so for hosting the 2004 Bahrain Grand Prix, and has hosted the Bahrain Grand Prix ever since, with a break in 2011 due to the Arab Spring revolts in the country. It's hosted a slew of other series, apart from Formula 1. The World Endurance Championship 6 Hours of Bahrain is quite the staple to this track. You've also had the World Touring Car Championship come here, and even V8 Supercars came here back in 2006 to host what was called the Desert 400. This layout, though, which has stood the test of time, it's remained since 2005, is 5.4 kilometers long and features 15 turns and 2 DRS zones. It is undoubtedly one of my favorite tracks on the Formula 2 calendar, just due to how it is built. It's got a little bit of everything, and it's got a lot of overtaking spots and a lot of tough corners to nail. And as we all know, this track has been just such a thriller in the ACOC. Regardless of series, we've had great races here in the past. You had drama, you had action, you had everything you can ask for a race here at the Bahrain International Circuit. And well, that is it about the track. Now then, to go down to the interesting news, as we are looking at the first few times on the board. And some things may seem a bit new, some things may the same. And we're looking at this man on, at the moment, Jean-Francois Bilot, looking a bit more blue than he usually does. And that is because after 4 seasons with ART Grand Prix, the Frenchman has switched to the other French team on the Formula 2 field, namely Dams. He takes Matija Dragovic's seat at Dams, and he is accompanied by Håkon Olsen. So Olsen stays at Dams, but unfortunately the long-lasting Dams lineup that we have known to love is unfortunately not there. But we have 2 very, very experienced drivers in that seat. And then replacing the man at at ART is a familiar face. Gabriel Gomez returns to Formula 2, this time with ART Grand Prix. He dons the number 9. Alongside him, it is Jokubas Zukauskas, the man who currently also is on provisional pole with a 140.7. It's a very, very interesting lineup. Khalfan Joma was originally confirmed for that lineup, but Zukauskas had to take that seat last minute. Either way, it's going to be very, very interesting to see now what Gomez, especially, is going to be able to do. After a good season in Porsche Super Cup, we'll have to see what he will be capable of. Jake Tildesley slots up into P7, the man who finally steps up a tier into Formula 2 with Trident. He is partnering Adam Hedayat, the American who stays on for yet another season at Trident. So it'll be a very, very interesting lineup to see what there. There's Ron Shotanus switching over to Dutch MP Motorsport after 2 seasons with Arden/HWA. He now dons the blue instead of the pink. Aaron Curtis, who won the last race of 2020 with Dams, makes his full-time debut with Campos alongside Formula E champion Ari Soilu. So it's a very, very interesting lineup there. So we'll have to see what Curtis is going to be able to do. Lots of up-and-coming talents in the field, and I can guarantee you this man is one of them as well, as he currently sits in P5. So a very, very good job from him as he makes his way through turns 6 and 7. A few other interesting lineups on the field. High Tech is an interesting lineup. You've got Ollie Boakes, despite having quite a shaky season, as there we see Ari Soil up and Tate, but despite having quite a shaky season, he has been retained by the Red Bull Academy for yet another season, and partnering him in what is a quite unlikely partnership is Really Sundevik. Our resident Swedish-Korean driver has been picked up by the Red Bull Academy and has been put in the second high-tech seat. So he will partner Ollie Boakes at high-tech, which is a very, very interesting partnership in my opinion. And we will have to see what Sundevik will be able to do now that he is racing under the Red Bull colors. And obviously Ollie Boakes will be one to watch as well. See if he's going to be able to capitalize off of the experience he's had after his first season in Formula 2. Be very, very interesting to see. High Tech, obviously a full Red Bull Academy lineup. Third man in the Red Bull Academy is namely the man in P10, our Red Bull Junior driver, resident Red Bull Junior driver, Ideweitz in the Carlin, rocking the Red Bull livery. He is accompanied by, I guess you could say, his Formula 2 rival, another veteran of the series, Nikhil Walji, makes the switch from Prema to Carlin. It's a very interesting partnership, I have to say. Rivals turned teammates. We'll have to see how this is gonna affect them. Obviously, staying on with the McLaren Academy, Walji, the team which he has remained faithful for since 2017. It's going to be interesting to see how he will fare at Carlin, leaving Prema. Prema, who do have a new lineup as well in Rodrigo Jimenez, or not all new lineup. Rodrigo Jimenez stays on at Prema, but he is partnered by Tobias Schwulenberg, the Formula E vice champion and Formula 2 vice champion, mind you. He only finished runner-up to Eric Adelberg last season, and he has since switched from the highly successful Charus to Prema. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he gets along there, as Adam Hedayat has now gone fastest with a 147.65, reminiscent of the performance he put in 5 years ago at this track now, or 5 seasons ago, I should say. It's not actually been 5 years, but it's been almost 2 years now in real life time, which is crazy. But 5 seasons ago, in universe time, I guess you could say, when he became the first ever Formula 2 pole sitter at this track. As we look at yet another debutant, Axel Socchi goes up into P6, the man making his debut for HWA Race Lab here at Bahrain, as they're up into P3, arguably the hottest rookie heading into 2021, Michael Valjak. Signing for UNI Virtuosi, he is partnered alongside Rosetta Martinez, so you have a very, very experienced race winner and a very not so experienced race winner, so I wonder how they will be able to tackle 2021. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this partnership will unfold and what Valjak is going to be able to do after all the hype that's been on him since 2020. There is Thunjatorn Konkum remaining with MP for yet another season, partnering Rowan Shotanas. Very, very interesting lineup of two former championship contenders. There is Martinez, and he goes up into P5, as that brings... That is a UNI Virtuosi 3-5. It's a 4-6, though, as Rodrigo Jimenez has now gone up into P3. Puts that Prema up into the second row. It's a very good lap from the Brazilian. Rodrigo Jimenez in the number 1. We'll see what he is going to be able to do. His teammate Schwulenberg in 7. So that's got him both Premas into P10. Oh, it really does feel good to be back, doesn't it? All these new faces and the Formula 2 qualifying action certainly hasn't diminished one bit from previous seasons. But yeah, Jimenez in 3rd. Hideout's currently on provisional pole. So very, very well done from Adam Hideout. Still proving that he has got it. And then Jakuba Zukauskas, the wild card, as you could say. In 2nd, and then the Brazilian Rodrigo Jimenez in 3rd. You got Michael Valjak in 4th. Another good qualifying position for him for the time being. Valjak, an incredible qualifier, as we do know, as he has shown, and Gabriel Gomez. We'll see what he's going to be able to do. As going on to provisional pole, it's Ollie Boakes. What a lap from the British man. And he proves that he is not a shunt, I guess you could say. Ollie Boakes, provisional pole on the first race in 2021. Could this be a sign of things to come for the Brit? Who knows? But yeah, in other words, Håkon Olsen going up into 4th in the dams, the 140.8 for the Norwegian. Once again backed by the Mercedes Junior Academy, as he was in previous years. We'll see if this backing might give the Norwegian a bit of an increased run of form compared to the last few seasons. Dams, who have struggled a tiny bit in past seasons, usually have finished mid-table. They'll be looking to change that this season. But I have to say, Ollie Boakes, if he carries on this pace, this could maybe be the start of a very, very interesting redemption story. But I shouldn't say anything. We're only 15 minutes into the 2021 season. So maybe a bit early to call the shots, I suppose. As we all know, it is Formula 2. Anything can and will happen. And as Ari Soilu puts it up into 2nd, a very good lap from the man in the Campos, now in his 2nd season of Formula 2. Last season, bit disappointing for him. I guess suffering the Formula E Champions curse. Finished P19 with only one podium to his name. He'll be looking to change that around this season, and yeah, we'll see what it's going to be able to do this season. Fresh start for everyone, so for those who have had poor seasons, they'll be able to leave that behind and focus on a new chapter. And the likes of Ollie Boakes and Ari Soilu really seem to be doing that at the moment, so hats off to them. With 4.5 minutes to go, they currently sit 1st and 2nd. It's going to be interesting to see who else we're going to get in the top 10 then, with the majority of the session elapsed. As Soilu heads through the 2nd sector, he's got Gabriel Gomez there up ahead. Good to have a few more Brazilians in Formula 2 again. We lost Mateus Poco and Eduardo Silva last season, so it's good that we have more than one Brazilian in Formula 2. I don't know why, but hey, it's nice. As Soilu's gonna go across the line, he's gonna get a nice little toe there as Alex Luan goes up into second. The man in the Charus will take P2 140.6. That is just about 400-500 off Ollie Bogues, as there is yet another debutant, Huang Min Nguyen, in the HWA. There goes Nikhil Walji up at the P6. Lots of improvements now as we head into the later ends of the session. But Nguyen in P10, yet another debutant as well. He's been a mainstay of the ACOC, raced ever since 2017 in the lower categories, and I have to say it's really good to finally be able to see him make his mark in Formula 2. It's a very very good thing to see. Nikhil Walji as well, P6. He's been really solid through all of his seasons in Formula 2. We all know that. Consistent man, obviously holds the record for most podiums in history, in the history of Formula 2, rightfully so. So we'll see what this season will have an offer for the Canadian, as he's going to head through the middle sector down the paddock, start finish straight. Is there going to be an improvement? He goes down to P7 as Jean-Francois Bilot, the Frenchman, goes up into P6 ahead of his teammate Håkon Olsen, and that brings both of the Dams cars into the top 10. So good stuff from the pair of them. Gomez goes into 8th. Very, very well done from the Brazilian in the ART Grand Prix. Obviously, he's got big shoes to fill, considering the man he is replacing, none other than the man we'll see in the Alpha Tauri this year, Erik Adelberg. There's really Sundevik up into P16, struggling to match his teammate Ollie Bogues at the moment. We'll see though if he's going to be able to kick up the pace. There goes Jake Tilsley, the Brit, up into P10 in the Trident. Good stuff then from Jake in his first Formula 2 outing, as they're going up into provisional pole. Rodrigo Jimenez by 0.4 of a second. My word, what a lap from Rodrigo Jimenez. That is beautiful stuff from the man in the Prema, and no chance anyone's going to be able to top that. Axel Socki up into second. Great lap from the Norwegian, but it's not even close to the Brazilian. Could that just be the pole time here at Bahrain? We'll have to wait and see, as there is 40 seconds to go. We have had bigger upsets in Formula 2 qualifying in the past, so never say never. We'll just have to wait and see. There's Ron Chotanos up into 8th. So good lap from him. Here they outpours into the pit lane. Bogues, Luan, Soilu, and Zukarskas all in as well. Can Gomez do anything? Yes, he can. He goes up into P6 and ahead of his teammate Jakuba Zukarskas. Huang Min Nguyen cannot improve, as he will stay in P15. What can really Sundevik do on the other hand, as he's going to go across the line? It's P16 for Sundevik. Next across the line, Nikhil Walji with a second to go, so checker flag falls. Walji isn't able to squeeze another lap in, and unfortunately for him, he will be P11. Tilsley can't improve either. What about Aaron Curtis down in P20? Can the Irishman improve? Yes, but it's only P20 for Curtis. Valjak will be 14th. Uncharacteristic from him, as he stays where he is. Jimenez can't improve. Can Axel Socki improve, on the other hand? The man in P2 with a very, very good lap on his debut. He comes into the pits though. Norwegian doesn't see any more improvement, but either way, a great lap from Axel Socki, the Norwegian. Ron Chotanos comes in. Henry J. Brown, the man whom we haven't talked about, but he is in that second Charu spot alongside Alex Luan. the man from Portugal. Let's see what he is going to be able to do then. From P22, is he going to be able to lift himself up at least a few positions as he's going to go across the line? It's an improvement, but Brown will unfortunately stay last. Tobias Schwulenberg then, all eyes on this man, runner-up last season, currently in P18. What is he going to be able to do then as he's going to go across the line? It's no improvement for Tobias Schwulenberg, only 18th for the German. As we're going to look at Hwang Min Nguyen across the line, no improvement. What about Sundevik, who might get another lap in? No, he aborts the lap. And then I think Nikhil Walji is going to be the final man across the line as the Canadian is going to make his way to the checker flag. It's no improvement, and that is qualifying done and dusted and on pole position for the first time this season. Rodrigo Jimenez takes pole for the season opener here at Bahrain. And yes, qualifying over with. It's been a very, very interesting session indeed. And now it's time to go through the starting grid before lights out for the first time ever this season. And it is Rodrigo Jimenez, a very, very good pole position for the man in the Prema. We'll see what he is going to be able to do today. And accompanying him on the front row is Axel Socki on his debut for HWA Race Lab. He has done very, very well for himself, starting P2. Ollie Boaks, our brilliant qualifying for the Brit then, P3. This is how he should start his season. And Alex Luan, a great lap from the Vietnamese driver as well, starting in P4, making his full-time debut. Ari Soilus, P5 with Gabriel Gomez, P6. Adam Hidayat is 7th with Jakuba Zukauskas in 8th. Rowan Chotanus will take P9, and rounding out the top 10 is Jean-Francois Bilot for Dams. P11 is Nikhil Walji, slotted in between the two Dams cars, and the other Dams car behind him, Håkon Olsen, will start in 12th. P13 will go to Jake Tilsley in the Trident, and Michael Valyak will take 14th for what is a pretty lackluster qualifying for you and I Virtuosi here today. Hwang Min Nguyen will start in 15th with Rille Sundevik in 16th. Thunjatron Konkum is 17th with Tobias Schwulenberg in 18th. Rosetta Martinez is 19th with Aaron Curtis in P20. Ida Weitz starts a lowly P21, and rounding off the grid is Henry J. Brown in the Haruz Racing System. Right, who is ready to go racing for the first time in 2021? The lights are coming on, engines revving up, 25 laps of action. And we're underway here at Bahrain. It's a good start for Rodrigo Jimenez. I think there's been a crash at the back there. Is that the Weitz who somehow had a stall? I don't know. But heading into turn 1 then, Jimenez leads from Socki and then Luan side by side with Ollie Boaks. The two are going to go wheel to wheel. Luan and Boaks, that is. Wheel to wheel, and Luan will get up into the podium position. Boak is going to try to retaliate, heading down into turn number 4. The two wheel to wheel then for the podium position as they head through the chicane. Boaks on the inside line, Luan on the outside line, trying to force him out wide. Boaks holds it wheel to wheel then. Great piece of racecraft from the Brit as he's there on the inside line, as heading down to turn number 9. Boaks covers him off as Luan is going to try and move there on the inside line. He finds the space somehow as Boaks is going to try to hold him off on the outside line. There's still wheel to wheel. Now then, heading down into the fast left-hander of turn number 11. Luan on the inside line. He gets held up. Boaks rounds off the track, and that's Sundevik who was out. It wasn't Weitz, it was Sundevik. But Luan round the outside into turn number 12, and he gets the move done. What an opening battle here for the 2021 season of Formula 2. There is Håkon Olsen chasing down his teammate Jean-Francois Bilot. Rowan Chotanus has lost a few positions, looking to pick up the scraps and looking to recuperate his losses as he is going to go to the inside line of Håkon Olsen. The Norwegian tries to force him, tries to squeeze him heading into the final couple of corners as we look further up the field. Ollie Boaks not letting that position go, it seems, as we're going to head down to turn number 1 now, starting lap 2. Boaks on the inside line of Alex Luan as he's going to go round the outside line. Boakes not quite being able to do anything just yet. He doesn't have the DRS, gonna have to wait one more lap for that, but that doesn't matter. He's still gonna be able to go up and alongside the Vietnamese man as they head down into turn number 4. Luan being able to defend around the outside line. Who is gonna come out on top in this battle between the two rookies? For now, it is Alex Luan as he's able to defend round the outside line. Boakes not with the greatest run on the inside line, got a bit compromised there, as now that might back him up into Ari Soilu and Gabriel Gomez there, so that's going to be very, very interesting to see. As we look a bit further down the field, this is Aaron Curtis chasing down Ide Weitz, so we'll see if Curtis is going to be able to do anything. Under braking, not quite yet. He has to stay behind the Swede in P19, and he's also got Henry J. Brown to worry about. Lap 2 out of 25. The lead pack, the top 3, quite spread out, but the midfield looking closer than ever here at Bahrain. So, yeah, we are sure to have some very, very interesting lead battles then. As we're now looking at Jake Tillisley in 14th. He's lost a few positions as well, but he is chasing down Mihail Valiak for 13th as we head on to lap 3 now. Rodrigo Jimenez has set the fast lap of the race, so the Brazilian is on pace today, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Tillisley then now with the DRS. Will they be able to do anything? Will he be able to use this to his advantage? Valiak will have the DRS as well. There's Walgionto Shotanus, isn't able to get it into turn number 1 though. Tillisley is able to go up and alongside Mihail as they're going wheel to wheel round the outside line, and he gets it done through turns 2 and 3. Great stuff from Tillisley, but Valiak's not going to try and let it go. He's there on the inside line, but he just isn't able to retaliate on Tillisley there, as there is Martinez and Konkum going wheel to wheel. Martinez on the inside line isn't able to do it, and Thunyator and Konkum will hold the P15 unless Martinez can be able to do anything about it. Yes, he is heading down to turn number 8. He was trying something there, but wasn't able to get close enough. Huang Ming Nguyen might try something on Martinez here. He has a look on the inside line through turn 10, trying to scare the experienced Filipino man, but it doesn't work on Rosetta Martinez. Gonna be a very interesting battle here then between Martinez and Nguyen, as we'll see who's gonna come out on top. Weitz trying to fend off Aaron Curtis as he's trying to catch up to Tobias Schwulenberg in P18. We'll see what they're going to be able to do, as Curtis does run a bit wide. Is that going to allow Henry J. Brown to try and get up alongside him as the sparks fly underneath from that Campos car, as we're going to head down to the final corner now. Brown on the inside line. Curtis, though, on the outside has a bit more road, uses too much road even to be able to go up and alongside Henry J. Brown, heading down to turn number 1. Who is going to get this then? The battle for the wooden spoon, I guess you could say here. But as we know in Formula 2, every single position matters, and the position will unfortunately not be Henry J. Brown's for the taking, so he's going to have to stay in P21 for the time being, and he's going to have to plan his next move quite accordingly. We're now looking at the other Portuguese speaker on the field, Gabriel Gomez in P6, chasing down Ari Soilu in P5. It's been a bit of a stalemate there, as Gomez behind has Hidayat to worry about, the American Indonesian in the Trident. We'll see how this is going to go then. It's been very, very close. It's been level pegging in the top 10, apart from the top 4, who do seem quite spread out. Jimenez, for example, leads by 1.6 seconds ahead of Axel Socchi, and Socchi, who is 2.4 seconds ahead of Alex Luan. Now, that might have been caused by the battling between Luan and Boakes, but Ollie Boakes isn't really having an easy time keeping up with Alex Luan either, it seems like, as Gabriel Gomez is now going to go to the inside of Ari Soilu. Will he be able to succeed with this move through turn 1 and turn 2? Gomez trying to get the run on the fin here, as he's going to have the DRS. He has a slight speed advantage compared to Soilu, heading down to turn number 4. Bit late on the brakes compared to Ari Soilu, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel then through the chicane of turn 6 and 7. It's going to be Gomez on the inside line trying to force out Soilu wide, as he's still trying to find the opportunity there through turn 8. He's still there on the inside line as the two are side by side. This could bring Adam Hidayat into the battle, as he's going to try to pick up the scraps. Gomez on the outside line there, very late on the brakes as he tries to swing it round the outside line, using all the available track to him here, as the two go wheel to wheel then down the run into turn number 11. Who is going to come out on top here as Gomez tries to take the widest line possible through turn 11. He's been forced off the track almost, but he's still wheel to wheel with our Soilu through turn 12. Soilu should be able to get this round the outside line. No, not quite. Into turn 13. Gomez there on the inside line. They're wheel to wheel then heading down into turn 14 and 15. What a battle we're seeing here between these two, as heading down to turn 14 and 15. Then Soilu on the outside line. He's going to run a bit wide, and Gomez is still going to be able to keep it wheel to wheel with the fin. How is this for a return to Formula 2 for Gabriel Gomez? As we're now going to head down into turn number 1. Gomez on the inside, Soilu the long way around. Will he be able to make it? Right now he is ahead. Hidayat tries to stick a wheel around the outside line of Gabriel Gomez, but it's only going to hinder him there, as I think finally Ari Soilu gets it done on the outside. What a battle between the two. That is what you love to see, ladies and gentlemen, as here is Jean-Francois Bilot and Jokubas Zukauskas battling each other. The experienced Frenchman versus the young Lithuanian, and it is the young Lithuanian who does come out on top in that battle. Below, not with the greatest of runs. Can his teammate Olsen do anything here and try and get past his teammate, whom he has been stuck behind for these past 6 laps? He's thinking about it into turn 10. Nothing comes out of it for the time being. So they're gonna have to stay in that formation for the time being, the two Dams cars. And Olsen obviously will have to pay attention to the man behind him at the moment, Rowan Shotanas. If he slips up into one single mistake, you already know the Dutchman is gonna put a wheel up the inside of the Norwegian. It's gonna be interesting to see then. Shotanas in the wake of Håkon Olsen, following this very, very big pack at the moment. As we approach lap 7 out of 25, Håkon Olsen looking very, very close to his teammate now. There is Gabriel Gomez. Round 2 between him and Ari Soilu, as they're going to head down to turn number 1. Soilu does what he did previously, and very late on the brakes, swings around the outside line, and Gomez just isn't able to do anything there. Inside line not proving to be the best line through the first couple of corners, as it seems. Martinez fighting once again with Thundertor and Konkum, heading down to turn number 3. Martinez on the inside line. There's Konkum going to be able to defend from the man in the UNI Virtuosi. Yes, he is, as Martinez will have to stay in P16 for the time being, now donning the blue and red colors of the Alpine Academy. As there is Håkon Olsen. We look at the two Dams cars once again. Now we're looking at Håkon Olsen. Chasing down Jean-Francois Bilot. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top in this battle. Two teammates who have been with long timers of Formula 2. Bilot, who has raced in this series since 2017, and Olsen, who's remained in this series since 2018. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what is going to happen here. As here is a bit of interesting news. Axel Socchi with the fastest lap of the race. Could this mean that Socchi finally might be capitalizing off his pace and trying to catch up to Rodrigo Jimenez? Only time will tell. The gap is 1.5 seconds, so keep your eyes peeled on that timing tower. But for now, divert your attention to this battle as Rowan Schotanus had a bit of a look there on Håkon Olsen. He's got a bit of a run on the Norwegian, and he's going to try once again down into turn number 3 as the two go wheel to wheel then down into turns 5, 6, and 7. Schotanus on the inside line just isn't able to do anything there, and Olsen will have an easy time defending through the chicane. The inside line, it's a bit difficult to pull it off, it seems. We've seen a few drivers do it, but it seems like some drivers seem to take a bit too much curb, and that seems to upset the car a bit and just loses them a bunch of momentum heading out of the corner. So I think drivers, I think you have to be quite brave to pull something off like that. And then also it's all about positioning, really, because you think about if you're going to try a move on turn, if you're going to try a move into turn 1 on the inside or outside, you have to think, where am I going to be positioned for the corners ahead? So it's all like a game of chess, really. As we're looking a bit further down the field, Aaron Curtis still on the back of Ide Weitz. So we'll see how this is going to pan out. On to lap 9, Axel Socchi with yet another fastest lap. And yes, that gap is down to 1.3. Surprise, surprise though, this man we're looking at the moment, Gabriel Gomez, has just set the fast lap of the race. And he's going to utilize that fastest lap pace to try and go onto Ari Soilu. Unfortunately for the Brazilian, the move doesn't work out quite yet, as he is going to have the DRS though to maybe try something here on Ari Soilu heading down to turn number 4. No, not quite for Gabriel Gomez. Gets frustrating with the close, but just not close enough, as we're looking at Martinez and Koncum fighting it out once again. Koncum defending round the outside, and he should have the overlap heading into the chicane. And that should see for easy defending from Trinidad and Koncum. It has upset Martinez' exit though a bit. Could Hwang Min Nguyen do something here? Not quite. And he's going to stay behind as we're looking at this little pack. This trio at the back of Henry J. Brown, Aaron Curtis, and Ide Weitz. This could be a very interesting battle for P19. But at the moment, they're locked in a bit of a stalemate, so have to wait and see what they're gonna be able to do. But Gabriel Gomez, I have to say, so far it's been a very, very good return drive in Formula 2, as he's going to try to pressure Ari Soilu once again then, as he's going to have the DRS. Soilu with no DRS now. Is this going to be Gomez's chance to get ahead? Heading into turn number 1, is he ahead enough? No, not quite. And Soilu is able to swing around the outside line once again. And see, that is the one smart thing Ari Soilu is doing. He's covering off the outside line every single time, because he knows the inside line is the worst line. So smart defending from Ari Soilu there, as Curtis is going to go on to Ide Weitz now for P19. The two are going to go wheel to wheel. Heading down to chicane, it's going to be Weitz who's going to be able to defend around the outside line. Curtis tries his best to try and hold on. He's there on the outside line through turn number 10, but Weitz covers him off. And no move there from Aaron Curtis. Ambitious, but unrealistic for the occasion, I suppose. So we're now looking at the high-flying Frenchman Jean-Francois Bilot chasing down Jakubas Zukauskas, who has dropped behind on Adam Hidayat. So if he stays over a second, it's going to be good news for Bilot, because then he's going to have the advantage of the DRS to his aid. So we'll see how that's going to play out then. And now Gabriel Gomez, he's up and alongside even before the DRS zone. So Gomez has the pace. Soilu must have maybe made a mistake somewhere, but Gomez is going to utilize this with the DRS down the start-finish straight. Is he finally going to be able to get ahead into turn number 1? Is Soilu going to be late on the brakes? Yes, he is. And he swings it round the outside line like he always does. Foolproof method from Ari Soilu, and it seems to have worked every single time for the Finn. And no matter how close Gabriel Gomez gets, Ari Soilu just seems to have the upper hand in defending. Really great defense from Ari Soilu here, as we're going to now look at Curtis versus Weitz for 19th, as Curtis and Weitz will be wheel to wheel heading through the chicane. Same story as last lap. Curtis goes over the curb a bit, and that's going to bring Henry J. Brown a tiny bit closer. As here we go, Axel Socchi has now caught up to Rodrigo Jimenez. He's within 1 second of the Brazilian, and this is going to present itself to be a very, very interesting scenario here, as you have Rodrigo Jimenez, the Brazilian man in the Prema, who I believe is chasing down yes, his first ever win in 2 seasons, and Axel Socchi, who is chasing down his first ever win on his Formula 2 debut, as there is Adam Hidayat and Gabriel Gomez fighting. So Hidayat seems to have actually gotten the upper hand on Gabriel Gomez here. This has taken a turn for the interesting here. As Adam Hidayat, out of absolutely nowhere, Gomez has been too preoccupied with fighting Soilu. He's completely forgotten about the man who's behind him. And look at this, it's actually worked for Adam Hidayat, and he is through up into P6. Lovely stuff from the man in the triad, and proving that he still got it, but it's not over yet, as here comes Gabriel Gomez. The two are going to be wheel to wheel locked in side-by-side action, but it's gonna be Gomez who unfortunately will be unable to defend his position, as Olsen and Below fighting it out in their first races. Teammates, they are giving each other a centimeter here, as Olsen's there on the outside line, late on the brakes. He's gonna swing it round the outside line. This is what you love to see, ladies and gentlemen. Two teammates going at it for every last point, as Olsen heading into turn number 11 is going to have the outside line. Now Below forces him wide. Bit naughty from the Frenchman, but he's doing everything he can into turn 11. Here comes Rowan Chotanus out of nowhere through turn 13. Is he going to make this move stick? He's taken the opportunity, and he is going to try to make the most out of it. The man in the MP on the outside uses every single bit of the track available to him, as he's going to swing it around the outside line of Håkon Olsen. The two wheel to wheel heading down the start finish straight. What great battling we're presented to here in Formula 2, as now they're going to head down into turn number 1. Who's going to have the upper hand? I think it is going to be Rowan Chotanus, as he's going to swing it round the outside line of Håkon Olsen as they go wheel to wheel. Olsen getting the cutback then as they head down this little straightaway to turn number 4, both with the DRS then down to turn number 4. Olsen with the inside line. Who is going to come out on top in this battle? I cannot hold my breath here, ladies and gentlemen, as Olsen now has the inside line. Chotanus on the outside line. It's so close, but it's going to be Rowan Chotanus who comes out on top in that battle. This is what you love to see in Formula 2. Chotanus took the advantage perfectly and fought all the way until the end. What a move and what a battle. Surely we've already got contender for overtaking the season there, but wow, I mean, you could never predict who was going to come out on top in that battle. It was just fierce fighting, corner through corner, all the way until the end of that battle, And it's certainly what you just love to see in Formula 2. All these drivers looking to prove themselves and just fight and fight and fight. And it was a clean battle, a respectful battle. They left each other space, and they still managed to battle hard as Axel Socchi now says the fastest lap of the race. I don't know if you guys saw that, but in the midst of all the battling, Aaron Curtis actually held the fastest lap for a bit, which is strange. But Axel Socchi has now taken it back, and he is only 0.3 of a second off Jimenez as he's going to try to the inside line. Late lunge from Axel Socchi. Is he going to be able to succeed with it, though? I don't think so, but he's going to try it anyways through the chicane, and yeah, it does not work for Axel Socchi. Jumps over the curb, and that's lost him valuable tenths to Rodrigo Jimenez. That's not what you want to do. Jimenez obviously has the advantage of experience on his side, so we'll see what he will be able to do then. He's got a lot of podiums under his belt. He's got pole position, he's got fastest laps, but he doesn't have that one coveted win that he's always been chasing through these seasons. He's a great driver with great skill, but he's just gotten so unlucky, and it's such a shame. But yeah, 11 laps to go. Jimenez versus Socchi for their first win in Formula 2. Wow, we're in for a hell of a ride here in this second half of the Formula 2 Bahrain Grand Prix. As we're looking at Adam Hidayat chasing down Ari Soilu. Now Hidayat has moved over Gabriel Gomez. He's going to be the one to try and get that P5 away from Ari Soilu. Speaking of Gabriel Gomez, he's just at the fastest lap of the race. So, yeah, don't count him out quite yet. His pace has been very good, but I just do think the Brazilian has been getting a bit unlucky with where he's positioned his car. And, well, obviously Soilu isn't really an easy man to defend. He's been like a wall in his defense. So, yeah, he's done very, very well to hold off Gabriel Gomez, who's set the fastest lap and has had really good pace throughout this race. So, yeah, we'll see if Soilu's going to be able to hold off Adam Hidayat here now. As we head down to turn number 10. Late brakes for Adam Hidayat. Tries to squeeze out every single tenth. He has the DRS to his aid on Ari Soilu. Through turn 11 though, not able to try anything just yet. And he's gonna have to stay behind through turns 12 and 13. You can see how close he is. Just sensing the overtake. Oh no, runs a bit wide though. That could be a bit of an issue, because Gabriel Gomez senses the advantage and he's going to go to the inside line heading into the final corner. The two are going to be wheel to wheel, and this is a massive spanner in the works for Adam Hidayat, as now the two are going to be wheel to wheel. Gomez with DRS, so does Hidayat as well. Both of them with DRS charging down the start-finish straight. This could have been a very good overtaking spot for Adam Hidayat had Gabriel Gomez not stuck a wheel up the inside line there. But opportunistic maneuvering from the Brazilian Gabriel Gomez. But this is good news for Ari Soilu, because now the gap will increase due to these two battling, as Gomez now goes to the inside line of Adam Hidayat. He's trying to make it stick through the chicane. Will be able to do it on the inside line. Hidayat holds the outside as the two go wheel to wheel then out of the chicane. There's still side by side then. Gomez just gets a tiny bit ahead heading out of turn 8, and now down to turn 9 and 10. Gomez will have to go the long way round then. Is he going to be able to outbrake Hidayat? Just about equal then as they head out of turn number 10. What a battle we're being treated to here. We've had some incredible battles as Hidayat does get ahead with the DRS. Gomez tries a last-ditch move on the inside line there, but it doesn't work. There is his teammate Zukaushkas, who tried to have a look on the outside, but he just went over the curb, and that himself, or that has compromised himself in turn and brought Jean-Francois Bilot all much closer to the Lithuanian. Oh, what incredible battles we're having here at Bahrain. You love to see it. You really do. On lap 17 out of 25, we really cannot predict who is going to come out on top here. Here though is Jean-Francois Bilot. He's going to try it on the inside line. Jakubas Zukauskas on the inside. Is it really going to work for the Frenchman? Not quite. He's going to have to stay behind, but he's going to have another shot at it, heading down to turn number 4, both with the DRS, but Bilot with the better run as the two go wheel to wheel then through the chicane. Who's going to get it done? Who's going to come out as the victor in this battle? As Bilot's there on the inside line. Zukauskas will be on the outside line there. As there's Rowan Shotanus having a bit of a look on Bilot. He's going to go to the inside line. This man has been trying incredible moves. How has he done that from all the way back there? But it isn't over yet. Still has a look on the outside line. Bilot with the inside line. Maybe thought about the switch back there, but he's got a little bit of a better run than on Shotanus. Bilot is going to try it on Zukauskas here, heading down to turn number 11. He's got the inside line. Zukauskas runs wide as a result as the two go wheel to wheel. Can Shotanus pick up the scratch on this like he did on Håkon Olsen? Yes, he can. He's going to try it once again. Round the outside through turn number 13. Bilot does get past Jakubas Zukauskas as Shotanus, the sparks fly from his MP Motorsport machine, and he's gonna go wheel to wheel with the Lithuanian as the two are side by side. Then round the final corner, Shotanus goes around the outside line, goes off the track even. He's trying to use all the space as they now wheel to wheel down into turn number 1, and this is gonna give Shotanus the coveted outside line, heading down through turns 1 and 2. Håkon Olsen's trying to get involved in this as we have a three-way battle for P9 now. Shotanus isn't able to get past Zukauskas. He hasn't been able to do anything there, and he's been compromised on exit. Here comes Håkon Olsen for a bit of revenge, heading down to turn number 4. I don't think he's close enough though, heading into the chicane, and he isn't. Tried the move, but wasn't able to go up and alongside the Dutchman. Here is Tobias Schwulenberg side by side with Huang Minh Nguyen as the two go wheel to wheel. Schwulenberg not able though to get past the Vietnamese driver. He's still trying it though on the man in the HWA. There behind is Veit and Curtis fighting each other then. Down into turns number 9 and 10. Schwulenberg goes deep into the corner and goes round the outside line. How did he not overshoot that? As the two go wheel to wheel then down into turn number 11. Schwulenberg trying to put the squeeze on the Vietnamese man as either Weiss trying to get involved there. Schwulenberg runs wide. Weiss gets past Curtis. As either Weiss going to try on Tobias Schwulenberg, all the while is holding off Aaron Curtis. Curtis then down into turn number 13. Wow, what a battle we're having here as the two go side by side now. Curtis on the inside line, he gets it divides, but either Weit's going to try once again. Is it going to be 3 wide heading into the final corner? No, not quite. Weitz jumps over the curb as a result. Curtis forced him all the way out. Here is Adam Hidayat though as we look further up the field. He is chasing down Ari Soilun. Had a bit of a look on the fin, but the Finnish driver, cool as ice, doesn't falter. Then another attempt for Adam Hidayat, then down to turn number 4 as they're gonna go wheel to wheel through the chicane, and not a match for Ari Soilu just yet. Hidayat will have to settle for P6 for the time being, and no one, and I really mean no one, is getting past Ari Soilu here today, as we're now looking at Ida Weiss and Henry J. Brown fighting it out. Brown on the inside line goes over the curb. That's gonna hinder him a bit, and Ida Weiss will stay in P20. So everyone stays where they are. Looking at Aaron Curtis then, who has been the big gainer of this battle, getting past Ida White. He's now on the back of Tobias Schwulenberg. Last time they shared the field, apart from was 2 seasons ago in Formula E. So very interesting to see them reunited. I guess if you discount last time would be 2020 in Formula 2, but I guess full time. We'll say full time. It's going to be interesting to see how both of them will stack up in Formula 2 this season. As we're now on lap 20 out of 25. 5 laps to go in this Bahrain Grand Prix, and what a Bahrain Grand Prix it has been, ladies and gentlemen. Rodrigo Jimenez has led since lights out. 2.4 seconds he leads now from Axel Socchi, so that pace just seemed to drop off a bit for Socchi, which is quite the shame for the Norwegian, but I think Rodrigo Jimenez will be breathing a big sigh of relief, knowing that he doesn't have the pressure of the young Norwegian behind. Either way, I think he did give Jimenez a run for his money, and a P2 is going to be a very, very good way to start off his season. As we're now looking at Adam Hidayat, he's not got a lot of laps left to try and get Ari Soiler for P5, and I think he's going to have to do with P5 because that gap is 8 seconds to Ollie Boak, so he certainly isn't getting any higher than that, unfortunately, for Hidayat. So we'll just see what's going to happen here. As he's going to have the DRS then heading down the start-finish straight. Will he be able to do anything here, Adam Hidayat? Yes, he is. He's going to go to the inside, but the question is he close enough? No, not at all. He's going to have to stay behind for a tiny bit. As into turn number 4 there. Into turn number 1, a bit further back down the field, is Henry J. Brown and Ida White, both of them going wheel to wheel. As he's going to have the DRS, and Henry J. Brown does get past Ida White and puts him down to last position. So Brown finally being able to get himself out of P21, which is good to see. Here is Ollie Boaks, and he is chasing down Alex Luwan. This is the battle we saw at the beginning of the race, and it might just be reignited in these final few laps of the race. So this is going to be very interesting. The race might just end how it started with this battle. Boaks then with the late race pace. What can he do then? Behind Alex Luwan. So we look a few positions down. Adam Hidayat will still be wanting to get past Ari Soilu for P5. So now going to look at Ollie Boaks. It's going to head down the start-finish straight. Luwan with no DRS, obviously, as this is going to be Boaks' time to strike. Will he try it into turn number 1? No. Boaks surprisingly stays behind. Maybe he's thinking about trying it into turn number 4, possibly. As there's Hidayat. He's going to try it into turn number 1 on Ari Soilu. The two wheel to wheel, as Hidayat's going to go round the outside line. Not quite close enough to be wheel to wheel with Ari Soilu, but he has a good run heading out of turn number 2, and he's going to be able to keep it wheel to wheel heading down to turn number 4 as the two are side by side now. Is this Hidayat's moment to finally be able to break the wall of Ari Soilu as the two go wheel to wheel? Hidayat on the inside line, there's Soilu on the outside, and yes, he's been able to keep it wheel to wheel heading down to turn number 8. He has the inside line, but I think Soilu just gets the slightly better run on the Indonesian, and down into turn number 10. He's gonna have to be late on the brakes here, but he's gone deep. He's gone very deep, in fact, and that has absolutely squandered him the position. This Could see Gabriel Gomez go into P7, and in the most crucial time for Adam Hidayat in this race, he's thrown it away as Gomez is going to now try and get back his P6 from the American-Indonesian driver. And oh, he's cracked under pressure. Adam Hidayat, that is not what you want to see, but he's going to have to defend. He's going to have to defend from Gabriel Gomez now, heading down into the final 2 corners. Is he going to be able to do anything here? Gabriel Gomez, as he's using all the track available to him. They're just going to be able to keep it wheel to wheel then, as Gomez with the DRS is going to go to the inside line. Ari Soilu breathing a huge sigh of relief now that he doesn't have to worry about Adam Hidayat, at least for a tiny bit, as Gomez and Hidayat locked in wheel-to-wheel action in these last 2 laps of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Hidayat able to get past. Here is Boaks and Luan fighting for the last step of the podium. Boaks on the inside line of Luan. Is he able to keep it wheel-to-wheel? Yes, he is. Ollie Boaks is going to be there on the inside line through turn number 8, as the 2 are going to be wheel-to-wheel, and he's through. Ollie Boaks goes up into P3 unless Luan can do anything. Was there contact? I think there might have been contact between Luan and Boaks. Ollie won't be too happy about that, but Luan will do whatever he can to try and get past, and he does get past with the help of the DRS, and Boaks will not be happy about that at all. Ollie Boaks then will have to try and find his way past then on Alex Luan. Frustrating for the Brit. I can only assume it will be a quite frustrating feeling for him, but he's just going to have, the only thing he can do is just try and make up for it. Ollie Boaks, who could be on for his first ever Formula 2 podium here. This is going to be very, very interesting to see if he's going to be able to do it, as we're now on lap 24 of 25. He's only got 2 laps to do it, and he's going to go to the inside line. Bit of a desperate lunge for Ollie Boaks, but it just hasn't worked. It hasn't paid off for Ollie Boaks. It was a bit of a sloppy move, and there wasn't much thought put into it, so he's just going to have to hope that he's going to be able to do something here. Here, though, are the 2 UNI virtuosis of Martinez and Valiak fighting for P14. Oh, my phone's going off for some reason. I don't know why. Sorry about that. Hopefully it didn't pick up on the stream. Either way, back to the action. Martinez and Valiak. It is Mihail Valiak leading his experienced teammate Rosetta Martinez. Bit of a disappointing show from UNI virtuosi, as they sit P14 and P15 for the time being. See what they're going to be able to do then. But Ollie Boaks, I don't think he'll be happy about this. Not at all. 7/10 is the gap between him and Alex Luan, and I fear it's a bit too big of a gap for Ollie Boaks. He's going to have the DRS to his advantage, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. He's going to have to time it absolutely perfectly if he's going to have to get past Alex Luan. And, well, we'll just have to wait and see as we now initiate the final lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix here at the Bahrain International Circuit for Formula 2. What a race it has been. Bahrain always delivers, as we do know. Ollie Boaks then in the slipstream. Is he close enough? He is not close enough. 7/10 is the gap between him and Luan. He's going to have another DRS opportunity here, as the DRS flap activates for the Brit, and he does close in, but it's just not enough. It's not enough for Ollie Boaks, and he just isn't close enough, and he's just going to have to hope that Luan makes some sort of mistake here. Otherwise, the podium is out of sight for Ollie. Either way, it's going to be his best finish in Formula 2, but yeah, it's not what he's hoping for. Here at Bahrain, I think it will be quite the bittersweet feeling for Ollie Boaks, as they're going to head down the The paddock start finish straight. DRS zone number 3. And it just isn't closing in. Only Bogues just isn't able to get close. And I think you will have to settle for P4 in this race. But one man who has done absolutely excellently. He's got a multiple poles, but he's never been able to get that race win. Well, that changes now, as you will see the checker flag first. Rodrigo Jimenez wins the opening round of the season. He takes P1 at the Bahrain Grand Prix, and victory at last for Rodrigo Jimenez. 2 seasons he's had to wait, and it finally comes. Vai Rodrigo, what a performance from lights to flag. It's what you love to see. Prema once again on top. Axel Socchi rounds out the podium. P2. It's a great drive from him as well. And Alex Luan takes P3, just holding off Ollie Bogues there at the end. And there it is. Rodrigo Jimenez, your race winner, takes the fast lap as well. Axel Socchi in second. A great drive from him on his Formula 2 debut. Really well done. And then Alex Luan takes third. Ollie Bogues, disappointing P4, albeit it is his best finish. And then it is Ari Soilu. Brilliant drive from him. P5 with Adam Hidayat in P6. Gabriel Gomez can't be disappointed with that result. P7. And then it's Jean-Francois Bilot finishing in 8th. Jokubas Zukauskas takes 9th, and rounding out the points is Rowan Shotanis for a very, very decent performance from him as well. 11th will be Håkon Olsen, who had his fair share of midfield battles today, but unfortunately just fell shy of the points. Nikhil Walji can say the same, as he finished P12, and Jake Tilsley will take 13th. Michael Valyak just held off his teammate Rosetta Martinez to finish 14th, and Martinez will be taking 15th. Estonia Torn Konkum will be P16. Huamin Nguyen will be 17th, with Tobias Schwulenberg in 18th. Aaron Curtis takes 19th, with Henry J. Brown in 20th. And then Idevite is our final finisher, with our only non-finisher being his fellow Red Bull Junior Academy driver, Billy Sundevik. And that has been it then for Formula 2. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a very, very good way to start off the Formula 2 season, I really, really have to say. But before we will go, I will award Driver of the Day. And there are really so many people I want to give it to. But I will give it to Rodrigo Jimenez. I mean, that is just a flawless performance from start to finish. He's kept his cool, and he's done very, very well. But I would... it's a very... Because there are so many people I want to give it to. Honorable mention for me goes to Ari Soilu, because that defensive performance was really something to behold. And then Rowan Shotanos tried some incredible moves as well. Then Axel Socchi as well, P2 on his debut. Very, very well done from Axel Socchi. But yeah, that's been it then. We will see you tomorrow for the main event, the Formula 1 Bahrain Grand Prix, as we will kick off the Formula 1 2021 season as well. Next round of Formula 2 will be the Spanish Grand Prix at the Autodromo de Barcelona, Catalonia. So make sure to not miss that. And yeah, stay tuned for Formula 1 as well. We will also have Super Formula and Porsche Super Cup kick off next season. So, or season, sorry. Next week, I mean. So make sure to not miss that. Until then, I have been your commentator, Miran. This has been Formula 2. Thank you